Hello, y'all. Today is Friday, July 3rd, 2020. Wow, there was no traffic until I started my video. Um, in case y'all didn't hear me, it's Friday, July 3rd, 2020. So it's like 5:21 a.m. So, last night I had ever since yesterday afternoon after I ate the early dinner, I felt so horrible that, like, I had the worst headache. Um, and I'm still kind of feeling like a mild headache and nausea. Like, I had the worst headache last night that I thought that I was going to have to go to the emergency room. I'm trying to stay away from hospitals myself because they want to try to force the test on you if you, um, you know, the rich proper folks, you know, want to try to force the test on you, y- you know, try to force the test on me if I were to go there. So, um, here in Pensacola, it's like I'm wondering if I felt sick the way I felt because of every building I went to or every place I went, they force you to wear the mask, and I could not breathe with the mask on. And the other people probably can't too because when I went to the convenience store, they forced us to wear a mask, but even the employees, had it to where at least they had it down to where at least they could breathe through their nose. Why the hell so many people are compliant with this and people are giving up their freedom and fun? Like a lot of people are willing to give up their freedom and fun behind this lie. You know what I mean? At first I believed the coronavirus was real too. But the moment that you feel a little bit the slightest moment of sickness, then next thing you know, then I start to panic and be like, I think I got coronavirus. But no, that's that 5G poisoning symptoms, plus whatever they're doing to me with the targeting, So, um, it's like now I'm don't really have a place to go take a shower. And if I do, it's only 5 minutes, no exceptions, and they don't care about your disability. So and then being a targeted individual, the moment you close the door behind yourself, they're already bamming on the door and try to lie and say you spent 3 hours up in there. And I'm like, well, I just closed the door, and then you get into an argument with them. I'm not even trying to deal with it. So, um, let me talk about this situation. Yesterday, morning. Well, I've seen this guy before. I think I have him on video waiting for me. Or, yeah, I think he was one of those guys that sat and waited for me and then pulled off or waited till I started a video and then came by or something. Before I left Pensacola to go to Alabama, and then I just came back, the day before yesterday. So yesterday morning, I was charging my phone at that vacant spot. And I was charging my phone and listening to my music. And so this white man walked up to me. And at first I thought he was trying to ask me for directions or something like that. But he got an attitude with me and falsely accused me of stealing electricity. He's like, you're stealing electricity. I'm like, what do you mean? And he got an attitude and trying to say, oh, you're stealing my electricity. I paid a bill. I'm the one who paid the bill. I'm the one who paid for this electricity. And then he said it in a narcissistic, abusive kind of way. Like, how the faces they make. I'm the one who paid for this electricity, you know. And so I said, what do you mean you pay for this electricity? I was told that this place was vacant. You know that no anybody. I mean that this place doesn't belong to anybody. And he said, well, the place is vacant, and it doesn't belong to anybody. But I pay the electricity. I said, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And so then he got even, and I said, well, I said, why you had to have an attitude, about it? I didn't know. And that's when he got even more abusive towards me. So then me and him got into a heated argument, and then he looked down at a mask, and then he's like, is this your mask? I said, no. And then he tried to force me to accept it, try to make me take the mask. And I said, no. I mean, like, why the hell would you want me to wear a mask that's on the floor? I mean, I'm sorry, on the ground, a dirty mask that's on the ground. You want to try to make me wear it, you know? And so he tried to ask me about a mask. Keep in mind, y'all, he didn't even have the mask. He didn't even have a mask on himself, him nor his friend. So shortly after he questioned me about the mask, his friend pulls up conveniently. And so then his friend was one of those type of people, ever since I can remember. He would be one of those type of perps that would back in backwards inside the parking lot and then have them both lights on and just sit there and watch you. And I caught the perps, and they lie. Just like these perps that were harassing me when I was on the phone with another targeted individual. They were driving around on a silver Nissan Rogue, and they harassed me more than once. And so they lied and said that they live at a certain place of residence. And I'm like, I know y'all don't live there. And they went as far as to trespass on somebody else's property just to give false proof that they live there. And the guy took off his shirt and got out the car and then walked behind the building and then pretended like as if he lived there. And he took off his shirt, giving false proof that he lived there. Couldn't find out they don't live there at all, but they psychologically and mentally traumatized me, and it was a young boy, looked like he was not even 18 yet, but he went and walked behind the house and then walked back out of the house. I'm sorry, walked behind the house and then came back. And I mean, these gang stalking perps, that's what they do. They trespass on other people's property and do their street theater or whatever. Or I see they trespass on places of business that if I was parked there and sitting there for a while, I would get questioned, by the police. But it's okay for them to do it, So it's like, so yesterday when the man questioned me about a mask, and then he tried to bully, harass, and lecture me about how the police have a right to put me in jail or whatever. I said, well, me not wearing a mask is none of your business and nobody else's business, And he's like, he tried to force me to wear. He's like aggressively demand an answer for where's my mask and try to bully me about a mask. And so try to tell me that for me to walk freely down the street around the town with no mask, that the police have a right to arrest me or whatever. And I said, whatever, what the hell? I mean, I don't even want to deal with the satanic agenda. This is satanic and I don't like it anyway. And he's like, well, if the police do arrest you, then I have done my part, And so then his friend pulls up and his friend, first thing his friend's like, oh, he's 28 years ex-Navy. Why are you talking to him like that? And so me and him, the other man, got into it. And so then, I said, y'all nothing but some gang stalkers, gang stalking perps, and they didn't respond to that. They ignored me and did not respond when I called them gang stalking perps. But they responded when I called them faggots and racist and stuff like that. They really flipped out when I called them racist, Oh yeah, that's what it was. When I called the man racist, his friend got defensive and be like, "Well, he's 28 years ex-Navy. Navy doesn't make you racist. I mean, I'm sorry, Navy doesn't stop you from being racist. I'm pretty sure they're racist in the military. Well, maybe they weren't racist, but the fact that you come fucking with a single black female and then two old white men mobbing against a single black young female, you know, um, the police themselves several times have seen me, the cops have seen me, plug my phone there and have told me nothing on several occasions. One of them, I even asked, can I plug my phone there? They said, yeah, you know. So, and cops have passed by there and saw me and they never said anything, you know. So, I don't know if that guy is lying or telling the truth about, that being belonging to him, or he's just fucking with me for no reason and lying. And then they try to psychologically and mentally terrorize me and make jail threats, and his friend, when I called him a faggot, his friend was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna make sure that you'll be in jail before the day is out. I'm gonna make sure, call the police and make sure I have him that you're in jail before the day is out." So they both drove a vehicle that's the same color. Like the first guy, the one with the stealing electricity, he pulled up in a older model, like a light brownish tan, not tan but darker than tan, but light brownish Hyundai Tucson. Looked like 2007, no, Hyundai Santa Fe or Hyundai Tucson. I think it was Hyundai Tucson, older model. And I think I may have him on video. And so then the other guy, I had, he was driving a F2 Ford, not F-150, but like the bigger ones, more heavy duty F-250, or something like that. And it's like they wanted to smear it in my face that they have a car and driving. It just made me mad. Because if I was stealing any electricity, I mean, it wasn't intentional. I thought I was told that the building is vacant, and he even said, well, it is vacant, but but he could be freaking lying. Just like when I'm walking on my way towards that house, I showed y'all the house before, where the perps lied, because if the perps lived at that house, the family perps from a couple of months ago, yeah, I think it might have, yeah, so that family of perps, that house, I'm gonna show y'all. This was a couple of months ago, but yesterday, the situation with the two men. How the hell you gonna bully me about a mask and tell me that? I mean, you don't even have one on. And guess what? The cops did pass by me several times yesterday, and they never told me anything walking around here. They even had one pass by me this morning with no mask. But it's like, even if I have the mask on and I still breathe through my nose, I'm still suffocating through my mouth and trying to gasp for air. And that might have been when they force you to wear a mask in certain places, and not others. But Mayor Grover Robinson, he needs for something bad to happen to him. The fact that he enforces this shit, he's so stupid. These old fake ass gay puppet mayors, they deserve to be choked really hard. They deserve to be strangled for for you sitting there participating in our murder. Or it's like some people compare this forced mask wearing, they compare it to Jim Jones, don't to drink the Kool-Aid, the Jim Jones cult, because I saw a sign yesterday downtown that somewhere that said freedom means either wear a mask or kill your grandma, you know. And it's like, whoa, whoa. Well, I mean, yeah, I get it, being mind controlled into murdering your own grandma. That's sad, but the Bible predicts mother turn against daughter, family turning against family. Shucks, with us being targeted for one, but everybody gonna hate everybody. I see all these people who love their friends now, but the moment you speak any truth, you're crazy, So, um, it's like I'm sick and it's like there was some more stuff that happened. I can't think right now, but I mean, in that incident with those two men, something else I wanted to say, but I can't think right now. So um, the guy didn't threaten me with jail. He not once threatened me with jail over the quote unquote stealing his electricity, which I doubt that they even own that place, because I caught both of those men at different moments perping me before, you know, and I didn't recognize that was those same men. I, re- I I recognized both of those vehicles, but after they did what they did, I'm like, wait a minute. And so that man, he got mad at me because like, wait a minute, I thought you said you just got in town yesterday. And I'm like, well, I left. I said I left before, and then I came back in town yesterday, and I said I used to charge my phone. I said you saw me charge my phone here before, and all you did was stare at me funny, or you never told me anything before. So he tried to falsely accuse me of lying to him, in which it's okay for him to lie to me and say, y'all be the judge. If y'all can, tell whether or not he was telling the truth or lying to me about him paying for that electricity, or if it was another lie in a street theater thing or something else, form of harassment. So because of that, I'm supposed to be punished from or not allowed to have a free and open opportunity to charge my phone. Like I saw another homeless guy charge his phone there, and he was a white homeless guy. Plus, he trashed up the area, you know. And I'm always that type of person who, even with my sleep spot that I just left from, I always leave no trace, always pick up after myself, So it's like, I just don't understand why they, and I never, look, I'm 36, almost 37. I never in my life, nobody, not even my family, nobody has ever called me arrogant. The man he lied to his friend and said that I'm arrogant and belligerent. When you attack me first, I'm days of sleep deprived, I'm sleep deprived, and got no sleep the night before, none at all. And here you come harass me early in the morning, and you're gonna tell me, um, you're gonna falsely accuse. I mean, the foster mom falsely accused me of being belligerent during my sophomore year in high school. But guess what? You trigger and provoke me. It's okay. Like y'all have a license to be arrogant and belligerent. I mean, for you to, and it's like narcissistic abusers when they want to take the brownie points for doing something. I said what? I tell myself what? You like if they say for example, a narcissistic abuser would watch his friend cooking up spaghetti and meat sauce or whatever, and then the narcissistic abuser would be like, the narcissistic abuser would be like, that dinner that I cooked last night. I'm like, you want to take the brownie points for cooking the spaghetti and meat sauce when you watch your friend do it, So, and they want to falsely claim everything is theirs, Like, just because they can be driving their friend's car, a narcissistic abuser driving their friend's car, and they will claim it as their car because they're driving it. Narcissistic abusers with the buses, with the transit buses, they always talking about my bus. Now, if I were to say my bus, they would call themselves to try to put me in my place and try to handle up on me right quick, you know? So, or like, when they make themselves trying to sound extra grown, that if they're a cashier and they call up the register, they say, oh, my register, you know. But if I were to say my register, they'd be quick to try to put me in my place and be like, well, that register don't belong to you. You don't pay for it, huh? You don't own it, huh? But shucks, you know. So with this video, I mean, I'm able to do it longer because a brand new phone and a new account, you know. So let me show you something. At this place, I don't know how to switch the flip the camera over, so I'm gonna just look backwards. So this red house right here, I showed this in videos before. That red house right there was where that family came and illegally parked. They came and illegally parked through here. Wait, where is that? Like through this entrance right here. And they waited till I was already in a crisis and had it out with Alex, you know, and then they come here. I sit here almost every day. Not every single day, but almost every day. And all these months that I've been sitting at my other little spot, it's like I never saw a silver Nissan Rogue, never. And so they lied and said that this is their house. And then first they lied and said it was their house. Then they lied and said it was the relative's house. It ain't. I mean, even if it's, I can't claim shit of my twin sisters. So how can they say it's their relative's house? Even on the side, you know, I shouldn't be filming nobody's house, but I'm just showing you the house where the perps did their street did a couple of months ago, you know. So I think it was back in March. So this house right here, there was never a silver Nissan Rogue parked there. So they lied and said it was their house. So that's my point with the guy lying and saying that he pays for that electricity and that. And I mean, if you know, and then I bet you, if he would have called the police would probably, if the police or perps too are in on it, they will lie for him. So you can't really know if you're telling the truth or not, you know. So my other phone was breaking down on me, and so I had to get a new one. But it seems like as if the perps are trying to stop my communication. It shouldn't have had to take me all day yesterday to try to get a new phone and then get it turned on, you know. So I had another situation that happened where I went to the mall and tried to get that $5 the Chinese food lunch. The kiddie plate is $5 plus tax. And, you know, the kiddie plate, I got that for the Chinese food. You know, you get some healthy steamed vegetables and you get some flavored chicken and you can get some potatoes, rice, or noodles or whatever. And so I went there. Then I tried to go see about the ice cream, and the girl was rude as hell and told me you have to have a mask. And so I said, I'm sorry, you know, you have to have a mask, ma'am. And so then I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. And you know, it's that rolled ice cream. So when I walked over there and I asked her if I can record her in the act of making the rolled ice cream, you know, since it's supposed to look cool or whatever. And so she got an attitude and told me, "Oh, you can only film what's on the pan. You can't film anywhere else or whatever." And then she was rude and ignoring the shit out of me if I was trying to ask, "Well, are you the manager?" Because I was trying to ask for a job opportunity. And so she kept ignoring me, and I'm like, why she don't hear me? Or why she keep ignoring me? So I was trying to ask if she was the manager, and she said, "Oh, something like that, something like that." And then I'm like, what? I couldn't hear, because I can't hear people with their masks. So then these white females, rich, proper white people, they get a freaking attitude with me, and they act like they delusionally believe they're bigger and better than perfect. And so she got an attitude with me because I was trying to ask about the job opportunity to work there, but like an attitude like that, that's X'd out. So then after she did that, and then um I said, you know what? You know, I said, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I don't want the ice cream anymore. She's like, you don't want the ice cream anymore? Well, already start to make it. I said, I don't care. Give me my money back. So she acted like she was gonna not give me my money back and try to force me to pay for the ice cream and eat it. I'm like, hell no, you ain't getting away with this. I didn't tell her that, but that's what I was thinking. That, I didn't want her to get away with trying to force me to pay for ice cream. And then she cheated me out my change, 20 cents. So I'm like, but first she was saying, oh yeah, something like that, and then she said yes. I said, like, when she's like yes, like she said, when I tried to ask, because I said I couldn't hear you, and she got an attitude with me. So I said, these masks, there must be demons or something behind the mask, because the masks make people more evil and make people have worse attitudes, make them meaner and more hateful, and people hide behind their face. You can't see their face, so they have worse attitudes. They think they can get away with being more of a bitch. But I'm sitting here wondering also if their oxygen deprivation is making them meaner too. So it's like I heard increase of abuse, domestic abuse, and child abuse, and they said narcissists got worse during the pandemic, fake pandemic and stuff like that. So then I went to the first oh, what's that? Oh, my fuck, come on, the time is running out on my phone, and then my brain is freezing and slowing up. So they had this guy, Indian from India, when I walk up into Boost Mobile, and he kept on clicking his pen, and I told him stop doing that, and I asked him, can he stop, and he just kept doing it. But then attitude wise, he was nice, but he just kept clicking the pen, and then they were blaring loud music up in there, and so then I couldn't get everything done, but I got the new phone. So then I had a hard time trying to set it up, and then I went to the other Boost Mobile, and they had the guy that I had pictures of him. He kept repeatedly throwing up Baphomet hand sign, devil horns. I had pictures of him doing it, and he had an attitude towards me, and he had an attitude towards this other white lady. But this three black people, he was talking and clowning and nice with them, But this guy was white guy named Mike, you know. But a white guy named Mike got an attitude with a white lady, a disabled white lady, and her granddaughter, and they took a cab, and so, he even said he was hiring, and that they're always hiring. But I said, with an attitude like that, and him being satanic, I don't want to work with him, you know. So I think I said yesterday about what the highlight of my video was. I'm sorry, the highlight of my day was. So, thanks for watching, and bye bye.